So here we have Lauri from the Finnish band Rasmus. It's great to have you on board, Lauri.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Uh, you have just released an album, the Weirdo one. I was very curious to listen to that album because, first of all, being on the journalistic side of music, I was very curious to hear how would your sound be now that you went to a US label, a very different label than everything else that you have done. So, and I can say that I was very much satisfied by the final result of the album. Punchy, solid songs, 3-minute ones. They just hit you right in the head. That was a good one. How did you decide to go to better music with a label with definitely heavier bands than Rasmus?
Yeah, Better Noise Music contacted us, I think about like 2 years ago already. And, when we heard this opportunity to widen our range a little bit, especially to North America and territories that we haven't been so much touring and haven't done so much work. So it, sounded like a great chance. Obviously, it's flattering that someone wants to sign us, after 30 years of making music and, somebody believes in us. It's a great thing. The label is awesome. We met the staff and they are young and enthusiastic and, they know like how the world works today and they have a good vision. I think they're doing really well and a good job. So we're happy to be part of that beautiful roster. They have great bands there, and we actually have made some friends there already with other bands. We just played a little tour with one of their bands called The Funeral Portrait. Amazing band and nice guys, and very similar to us somehow. Like I felt we connected easily with them, and I even asked Lee Jennings, the singer, to feature on one of our songs, Weirdo, and it was a really good match.
Yeah, and mentioning now Lee Jennings, that you have him as a guest, you told me the story behind it. How did you have Nico Wilhelm from Blind Channel on this album?
Nico is a friend. He's a Finnish person, Finnish guy. So it was just an idea we got in studio. We actually worked on one of the songs here in Finland with Alexi, who's in the same band, Blind Channel, and he was partly producing that song. So yeah, it was just an idea. Like we played that song, and then I was like, hey, why don't we call Nico and see if he would like to sing? He's a great singer. I really like him, and it's nice to work together with other Finnish artists in Finland. It's a quite small nation, 5.5 million people, and still we have many bands touring the world. And I'm really proud of us as a nation. Country producing so much music.
Mm-hmm. Weirdo is described as your heaviest and darkest album up to date. Okay, but what pushed you towards this direction at this point of your career after 30 years?
Yeah, it's always a gut feeling thing. Like I like to do it more and more as I grow up and get older, just like go into situations like feeling first and not overthinking too much. Like whatever is your intuition, you should follow that. And I think I've been just liking more heavier music, perhaps, and also this state of the world today is very unstable, and there's a lot of fear and suffering, and that also kind of shows in the music, and as artists, you wanna show your emotions. So it's a good match. I really enjoy that, and I think we have been able to keep the essence of the Rasmus, like in the melody and that kind of melancholy and that beauty kind of combined to this harder riffs and harder production style. It's a nice match.
Mm-hmm. And naming your album Weirdo, Weirdo suggests, I could say, celebrating something, being different. Do you think that this is the essence of the Rasmus as a band?
Well, it certainly is. One of the messages, like, it was something I needed to sing about when I was starting the band, when I was 15 years old, going to school and feeling like lost and feeling maybe alone, not being part of anything or kind of a misfit. And I think that was always like a topic of many songs back then. And I just realized that I'm still on that path after 30 years. Like, obviously, I've found my place in this world, and I've found my friends and my people and my kind of people in my life. And now I can choose where I go. But when I was a younger person, I had to go to school, no matter if anyone was bullying me or putting me down or calling me weirdo. I had to take it. Nowadays, it's a bit easier, and also I have a thicker skin, and I'm not that easily hurt because I have confidence in myself. It has built over the years, but I kind of want to bring back that word weirdo to sort of celebrate being the weirdo for 30 years and had a great life. And also as an example for maybe younger generations to believe in themselves, just be themselves no matter what. Don't change for anyone else. Just like be true to your feelings and yourself. It's kind of the message that has gone through my whole life in the music.
So this is the thing that you would suggest to your 18-year-old self now, with all the experience that you have. Stay true to yourself. That's always the last question I make to everyone, every artist I speak to, and you have already answered.
Okay. Yeah. I would say, like, go and listen to the latest Rasmus. Something you will do in the future in 30 years.
Yeah.
Now you can hear. Yeah.
How did work?
But honestly, I don't know if I've got any wiser, or I'm still considering myself like
you're still the little. You're still the little.
Yes, I'm still the weirdo and still lost, and I think I don't even want to become complete or like ready. I always like to be on my way somewhere, and I always think I have. I can improve myself and get better at things and like become a better songwriter, and I'm never ready. I'll never be ready, but that's okay.
Now you work with Joseph McQueen, an American producer who has produced much heavier bands than Rasmus. How did working with him shape the album's heavier edge, and how is working with an American producer different? How is the energy different compared to European producers?
That's an interesting question. I think American producers, for my knowledge, the ones that I've met, have very strong opinions, and they are very much creating their own vision. I mean, they have their style, they have their unique thing, which they really want to like make sure it comes through, which is interesting. Like, because I had a lot of ideas, and like and he was always like, well, okay, that's okay, but why don't we try this? And like, he was really like doing his tricks on our songs, which I think was really cool, because I'm not a producer, first of all, but also I think the tricks I've learned are something that were done like, sorry, my phone is ringing. Like, you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Years ago. Yeah. Sorry, my phone was ringing. Someone's calling me. And he's living, 2025. So he had this very like a modern vision, which is really cool, because I think it made a lot of the things sound different and more up to date. And I was really happily surprised, like, because I spent like 2 weeks with him in Los Angeles. First, we were just going to work on one song, but then it sounded so good, so I stayed another one, and then we ended up almost doing the whole album with him, kind of retreating the songs, and I really enjoyed working with him. Just a good addition. So we kind of got the best of both worlds, because we had him as like, a 30-year-old something, and then we had Desmond Child and Marty Fredriksson, who are like legends from the 80s, and so we could have all kinds of creative ideas from all around. And then, of course, we are somewhere in the middle ourselves. So it was pretty perfect.
Did you work for this album with Desmond Child?
Yes.
So, yeah.
But
you didn't go
to we did.
As last time?
We did.
You did?
Colegandos, yeah. Yeah. I've been there 5 times now, 5 summers. It's like a tradition, Colegandos is the best spot for writing songs.
It's your hotspot over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a wonderful place, and it's really I can't wait. I already booked myself tickets for next summer. Yeah.
A couple of years ago, when you came to Acropolis to sing with Desmond was telling me that you are going to Folegandos together, and you write 1 song per day. Was that the exact procedures that you followed this time too?
Yeah. We did that. Obviously, we go back to fix things, but it's pretty intense. Like every day a new song, and it's like if you spend 10 days there, you have an album.
Yeah. And 12 days you have 2 bonus tracks too.
Yeah, for Japanese edition.
Yeah. How is it working with legends like Desmond and Marty and all these things?
It's amazing, Obviously they have knowledge and they are talented and all that, but also they have all the stories, and it's really amusing just to have lunch with them, and all of a sudden they talk about like Steven Tyler's girlfriend, and they know all these like inside stories, and they like it's just interesting, like because for me though, many of those like legendary singers, Gene Simmons or whatever, these guys, they are just like creatures that are not real. They're like out of this world. Some like, and then they talk about, like I hear stories about like everyday life, what happened, funny things, and it's very cool. And then you realize like these guys have been around. They've seen so much, and they have so much knowledge. So yeah, it's. I'm always wondering, like, how did I end up here? Like, how am I here sitting with these guys? They could be working with, like
anybody, yeah,
big names, and now they want to stay with me and like the guy from Finland. It's like, it's really fun. But I mean, I honestly think Desmond likes our band. He likes me, and he likes to work with me. He's getting ideas from me and inspiration, like, because he's not doing it for the money. We don't have that like big budgets like he would get from, some. Now he's, doing with Barbara Streisand, for example. We're talking about millions, and our albums are like peanuts, like. But he's just enjoying it, and that's the best positioning. Like if he really wants to do it from his heart, that's the best you can get.
Mm-hmm. Speaking with him, speaking with Desmond, I mean, you realize how small you are when you start talking all these stories about these legends. It's amazing, really. After Eurovision and Rise, do you expect that a different kind of audience reaction? Do you expect that you got a different audience to listen to Rasmus? How was this?
Yeah, we can see that actually now you can follow all the statistics. We get a lot of information from Spotify, like who is listening, from where, how they found us, how they were Googling, and it's crazy, like with all this data now. So we can actually see like there's a lot of young people discovering us. Maybe it's because of TikTok, and it's kind of hard to say, but it's a good sign, especially now the new songs, the new album, the singles we've put out now the last year. There's been good things happening in that sense. So it's obviously a good thing that younger generations are interested in that kind of stuff we do. And I think as a whole, there is something, like bands like, well, obviously Linkin Park, My Chemical Romance, playing huge shows, are bringing that kind of emo thing back. And also Deftones, as an example, just amazing, like a band from the 90s, being 5 times bigger now than then.
Yeah. You as a band for 30 years. However, your big success came in your 5th album, 10 years after you started. How difficult was it to continue making music after 4 albums, being a relatively unknown Finnish band to the world, and then suddenly rising up to stardom?
Yeah. Well, after the big hit, so to speak, in the shadows, there was some pressure, like maybe the next album sort of like trying to match that, to keep up the level. But then you realize like, oh, it's impossible. You can't, because even the media, they want to have something else to listen to. People want to listen to something else. They like, if somebody gets really famous, then usually you need to have that hangover afterwards. Like nobody can consume that forever. Like you need to be away a while. And first I was a bit like disappointed or afraid or something, and a bit nervous. But then I realized like how great situation we have, because In the Shadows has been quite a popular song through all these years. And it has given us like artistic freedom to make whatever we want.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful situation, because that song still is paying for my bills. And I can kind of like, I can keep going in this band. And that like, it's difficult to match that. I don't think we can ever have a song like that, because also world was a bit different. Like then I think we were able to cross over the rock and pop at the same time, and but what made it so big.
Yeah, but who cares about creating another In the Shadows? I mean, you have so many great songs after that. It's a trap. If you try to top this, it's a trap.
Yeah.
Done some things.
I know.
Yeah, I've done some things, and it's never good trying to top your success.
Yes,
Times you cannot, and you get disappointed and you fail. So it's a good thing that it gives you artistic freedom. You can do, as you said, whatever you want.
Yeah.
What should we expect from your show in Greece? It's not the first time that you come here. You have played 3 times in Athens, I think, and something like this.
Yeah. Well, we are obviously going to play the old hits. We can't get away with that, and we're going to play something from early Rasmus, like from the 90s, like to show our history a little bit, and also visually kind of take the listeners to those times and that era, wherever those songs came out, and we're using our video screens to kind of do this time traveling into these periods and use those images, and it's quite cool. We put a lot of effort there ourselves to make it so. And obviously we have a new album, Weirdo, so we'll play many songs from that, and we're feeling really good about the band right now. We are feeling like new and fresh, even after all this long time together. And so we want to present the new Rasmus sound also live. And now we started the tour in Finland last weekend, and those gigs were fantastic. And it's been really nice to see how the fans are reacting to the new songs. I'm always very curious to feel that vibration between the audience and us. And yeah, I'm excited. Good to come back to Greece.
Yeah.
To where the songs were born. So it's a special place.
The songs were born, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Lauri, thank you very much for your conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice questions.